Let's go, let's go, let's go. What is going on? We are getting this going. Oh man, I don't have my comb. Nothing. Oh, here we go. I don't have my what you call it's not playing today. My theme song, but that's okay. We're going straight into the music. We're going to get straight into having some fun. It is Motivational Monday. Let's get it. I hope everybody is ready. I hope everybody had a great weekend. All balled up. What's good, fam? I hope all is well. I hope you're doing good. All right. Good to see everybody popping in. Let's get this. Today is a different type of discussion. This is a different type of discussion, right? I'm going to tell y'all a little bit what happened this weekend. Then we're going to get into what we're talking about tonight. All right. So you already know the drill. Everybody got to drop them bees in the chat. Even though my theme song is not playing, drop them bees in the chat. Drop them bees in the chat. And we're going to have some fun today. All right. And I'm looking forward to some questions. I'm looking forward to that interaction. A lot of people always come to me with all these questions individually. Rhea, what's good, Rhea? Hope all is well. Everybody comes to me with these questions individually. But then when we be on live, they don't ask those questions. I'm like, yo, that's your opportunity because I can't get to everybody individually. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? LC Johnson, what's good? There we go. Baby head, my brother. International Bigger and Better Business Team. Listen, that's from my frat. And my sorrows will know what we're talking about with that. But it's a powerful thing. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity. Right? Now, the funny thing about that is being Caribbean and in college, it was like, oh, don't join no fraternity. I used to have people that in my family that'd be like, oh, that's some devil thing or something like that. I used to say stuff like don't join no fraternity. It's a cult. But it's not. It's a brotherhood of positive men. It helped shape me in a lot of ways. As a speaker, I was the president of the chapter in college and so much more. A lot of people come to me and you always hear me talking about networking. Oh, hold on, IG. I got to put this on. Do not disturb. Hold on, IG. Do not disturb. Okay, there we go. Do not disturb. Culture for service and service for humanity. Tell them, baby head, for sure. Right? Why is that? That's critical. When you look at the passions that I have now for helping people, for teaching the youth, a lot of that started because of my involvement in the fraternity, right? All the way back to the days of college days. You feel me? So you got to look for these different things. You got to look for these the right environments to be around, to be in, with the right people to be around. Even in the fraternity, there's some people that I didn't stay with them. I still built my own table within the fraternity because it's important to make sure that you have the right people that are on the same journey around you at all times. All right. Divine Empress said I went to Facebook, so I clicked on that first. All right. Okay. So I had an amazing time this weekend. I went to Vegas and I was talking with my guy, Van Taylor. He had the rebrand mastermind. We had amazing speakers. We came together. We shared a lot of information. The people that got into that room, they came out for the better. They invested in themselves to get into the right rooms, to hear the right information, and to more importantly, to network with people while they were in that room. Charlie's Angel Holistic Wellness. Now you have an accent. I love it. So you never hear my accent before? Well, I guess. Okay. True. Depending on what room I'm in, right? Who can understand me is another thing. So this weekend, we spoke about your brand. We spoke about why it's important to remember that your brand matters, right? For a long time, I didn't really care about my brand because I didn't even want nobody to know that I was the man behind the scenes for certain companies. And to me, to be honest, it was because I felt that I wasn't choosing one audience. And since my audience was not just the Black community, I wanted to make sure, I felt that certain people may feel a way and immediately discriminate when they see who was the CEO of these companies. Brother Anthony Alexander, I see you, fam. Blue fly. Listen, yo, y'all gonna be excited when you see some of the other brothers that I met this weekend too. I didn't even know that they was frat, but we'll talk about that offline. So I hid my brand for a while. I hid my brand, my personal brand, and I focused on the business brand initially. And I got to a certain level with it. But to be honest, people want to know, like, and trust you. They need to know, like, and trust you. And it's not easy for them to just know, like, and trust a brand. Even Apple. We all love Apple. Everybody know, likes, and trust Apple. Everybody would buy anything from Apple. However, it was really because Steve Jobs led us in that direction first. Then we knew, love, and trust Steve Jobs so much that when he passed, we were even at that point like, damn, is it going to be the same? I don't know. We were all hesitant. But then we still stuck with it. They kept some of his goals, his ideals, and then we, kept rocking with it. Now we trust the brand itself, the company brand itself, right? So this is just showing you the importance of building a brand. It's showing you the importance of why you need to also be the face of your brand. I'm not telling you to be in the middle of your brand, meaning that it's dependent on you only. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that it's important that people know who you are. Look at Tesla. We all knew Elon Musk. We knew he was doing this with PayPal. We knew everything that he was going in, and we're like, yo, we trust him. Oh wow, he's gonna start a all electric car company. Yeah, he could do it, right? And now we rock with him fully. Now he's one of the richest men in the world, if not the right now, right? So building your brand is an extremely important thing, but that's not what we're going to talk about tonight. I just wanted to touch on that because it was some powerful discussions in the room this past weekend. But what I want to talk about, you have a lot of mentorships out there. You have a lot of people that are teaching business, teaching selling on Amazon, teaching Turo car rentals, teaching Airbnb, teaching trucking, right? Individual things that they are teaching, and you can be successful just by learning that. You should take advantage of that information that's out there. But one thing that people don't always teach is how to connect the dots. Once you have that business in e-commerce, once you have that trucking business, whatever business it may be, once you have it up and running, how do you actually connect the dots? How do you actually build a proper business? How do you actually hire people? How do you even structure your business? A lot of people come to me and they say, hey, I got to get me an escort. That's not an accurate statement. And it goes to show that we don't understand sometimes the details of what it takes to build our business. Niche, my brother Niche, yo, appreciate you for the badge. Once again, I'm keeping badges on all of this month, all of October as well, because badges are going to go towards our November to Remember charity event, where we're going to buy out a Walmart, all the toys in a super Walmart, and then donate it to kids. There's a specific charity called Kids in Distress that I work with. So I appreciate everybody who buys badges. King Karma Chris, my brother Chris, what's good, man? Thank you so much. Appreciate you for the badge. Let's go. Now, building our business again. When people hear me say business builder bees, they think it's just, alliteration, just you doing it for the sake of doing it. No, because I'm truthfully trying to figure out, I'm not perfect. I learn every day. I'm not just a teacher, I'm a student. And I'm always learning how to improve my business. I'm always learning things that I need to correct in my business. Now, you always hear me talk about building automated businesses that elevates me out of the process, businesses that make it so that I can reclaim some of my time, right? I promise you, none of that would be possible without the people in my business. Darryl Evans 307. No, not buying the Walmart franchise. You could do that too. But what I'm saying, for November to Remember, we go into a Walmart, a super Walmart, and buy out everything in it. We buy all the toys in the Walmart during the holiday season, and we load it up on an 18-wheeler truck fill up the truck and bring it over to some charities that we work with to donate to the kids to put smiles on their faces, especially kids in distress. That's a specific charity where it deals with kids that are displaced. They have no homes, no families, right? So that's what the November to Remember charity drive is about. But I like that too, though. Buy out a whole Walmart franchise and then just donate it too. Control it. Cut out the middleman. There we go. I'm gonna contemplate that as we continue to grow with everything. So let's get back to it. Now, first of all, I want y'all to share this live because this is a critical component of building your business. This is something that I believe in our community that we neglect, we overlook when it comes to building a business. And I'm going to bring on a special guest tonight. I'm going to bring her on in a little bit. But first, let me explain why I'm bringing this person on. There we go. She's already on here on Facebook. I'm going to bring her on IG as well. Let's see how I can do that. There we go. All right. We're going to bring on another business builder. She's coming on. Now, you on mute over here, by the way. So,
trying to make all this work at the same time.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Lord have mercy.
All right. Everybody, drop fire in the chat. There she goes. Business builder Britt herself. This is the COO of my staffing firm, my global recruitment and talent acquisition staffing firm. Did I say that wrong?
Global recruitment and offshore talent acquisition.
You see? Okay, there we go. Hold on, let me mute this side. Speak again, Britt. Let me see something.
I think I just figured it out. I muted IG.
There you go. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, so I always say it wrong, but she keeps me on point, right? This is why it's important to have a COO, Chief Operations Officer. We look at our business and we look at it as something, a mom and pop shop. We look at it as a side hustle too much. We look at it as just something on the side. But no, we got to treat our business like a real business. That's how we can grow. That's how we can create the wealth that we want. That's how we can reclaim our time. I want y'all to drop fires in the chat. Oh, y'all already dropping fires, but I want y'all to drop some fires in the chat. If you are, oh, Rhea said she on the wrong side. Okay, so I see it went over here. I want you to drop some fires in the chat if you ever read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Drop some fire in the chat if you ever read the book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Drop them fires in the chat. There we go. I see some fires popping up. There you go. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki. So many people have read that book. But what did you take from that book? What did you do with the information in that book? I always talk about it. I talk about the cash flow quadrant. There we go. Look at them fires. Look at them fires. How many of y'all remember the cash flow quadrant from Rich Dad, Poor Dad? In the cash flow quadrant, we talk about, there we go, DR Hair Studios dropping them fires. Let's go. In the cash flow quadrant, we talk about how you start off most of us start off as an employee. Then we say those magic words, we want to work for ourselves. I'm tired of this. I'm done. But then we go down into this self-employed quadrant and end up staying there too long. Why do we stay there? Because we think that is us building a business. Now I get to do what I want when I want. No, you're still trading your time for money. What you want to do is go to the next quadrant. That's the business owner quadrant. Yes, there's one below it, investors, but we're going to stick up here for a second. Business owner quadrant. The only way to get there, now mind you, on this side now, we move away from here trading our time for money and we go to here where we trade results for money. As long as we accomplish a certain result, we get money. But we don't have to accomplish that result directly ourselves. 750 Credit Advisor, what's good? It was great seeing you this weekend. Thank you for buying a badge. I appreciate you. Everybody buy the badges on IG are going to support us going our November to Remember charity event, buying out all of the toys in a super Walmart, loading it up on the truck and bringing it over to kids in distress, the charity that we work with. Now, in this business owner quadrant, you have to have three things. And I'm telling you, everybody, I might drop something tonight that I didn't expect to drop. I might do it tonight. I might do it. We're gonna see.
Do it.
If everybody keeps tagging some people to come into here, I want y'all tagging them, sharing the live. I want you to tag them in the comments. I want more people coming in here, because if we get to a certain number, I'm not gonna tell you what that number is, but if we get to it, I might drop something really special tonight. Now, being in that business owner quadrant, we put process, systems, and people into place. Now I'm about to create a reel, and I'm probably, I shouldn't tell you, but I'm gonna create a reel because a lot of people come up to me and they're like, "Yo, Beez, I need some of them systems," and I'd be like, "That's not even an accurate statement. Like, what does that mean?" I feel like it's like crackheads coming like, "Yo, I just need some systems. Give me
Just get some systems.
Listen, it's not about systems. And a lot of gurus online talk about, hey, get you a system, right? But it's not about systems. It's about the process. Once you know the process of everything that you do in your business, you can interconnect them. That's where the system comes into place. How do you interconnect them? How do you make the activities in your business, in your process, flow seamlessly? Then how do you automate it and make it be faster to reduce the labor, the manual labor that's needed, and increase the accuracy, right? That's where the systems come into play. And systems, there's some that are standard across the board, like a financial system. We need QuickBooks, Xero, a CRM, sure, yeah, across the board. There's gonna be different CRMs across the board too. But systems are gonna be more related to what your business is, what your business needs are, right? So now, here's the third part of this. We said process, we said systems, but none of this is possible without people. And that's what we're gonna talk about tonight, people. Because without my teams, without I don't even like to say my employees, they don't just work for me, they work with me. Without my teams, I would not be where I am today. I can't execute on all of these things by myself. It's impossible. And that leads me to why I'm bringing Britt on tonight. Like I told y'all, Britt, business builder Britt right there, is the COO, the Chief Operations Officer of ATAC Solutions, which is my Britt.
All right. Nope. Try. Come on.
Global
Gotta practice.
Talent acquisition, the global talent and offshore acquisition.
Y'all.
It's
a global recruitment and offshore talent acquisition
agency. Look at that. I got it. You see,
Lord have mercy.
Even our slogan, I gotta, she keeps me in point. It keeps me on point.
I gotta. Y'all don't even know.
Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Britt is a boss on her own. Britt is a boss. But Britt is also very operational minded. So Britt chose to partner with me. She could just be doing her own things and be like, nah, Beez, peace. But she's like, listen, we work perfect together. And she knows that I am very detailed, but I got so much things going on. It's impossible for me to be fully in the operations and understand the operations and execute on the operations. That's why we have a COO. And stay tuned, because a COO masterclass might be coming soon from Britt, but we won't talk about that later. Right?
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Wait, am I supposed to be muted on one?
I don't know. Don't mute. Just turn off.
I'm detailed.
Turn off the volume on one, but don't mute on one. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. See, she detailed. I'm just like, yo, let's go.
Yeah. You just put it up. Nope.
Yeah, that's okay.
There. It's echoing.
I think they can hear you there from here. Can y'all hear Britt when she's speaking, even though
let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me know on IG if you can hear me.
I'll turn down the music a little bit, make sure y'all can hear her too. Can y'all hear Britt on IG? Drop a yes in the chat. Drop a 100 in the chat if you can hear her on IG. All right. So this is part of structuring our business properly. And that is, we need to have the right people in place. We need to have the right positions in place. Everybody can hear you. Good. And one position that is extremely important that we always forget about, we often forget about, is that COO position. So, Britt, tell them a little bit about what you do as a COO, a Chief Operations Officer.
So essentially, your COO is 100% integral to the process. So for people who don't, I jokingly say for people that's, oh, I'm a CEO, and I'll say, haha, cool. Have you ever tried being a COO? So that's my joke. So a COO essentially has to be able to see the forest through the trees. So that's the easiest overview I can give, but they have to be able to make sure that at any given moment, the arm knows what the leg is doing. So a COO needs to make sure that the operations are running smoothly, and they have to be able to identify the holes. So if there are holes in the process, if something could be implemented to make it more efficient, they're also the people that are deciding where and when to scale and where and when to hire more people and bring in more people. And when you're doing that, the COO has to be able to identify exactly what those roles, responsibilities, tasks, etc. would look like. So the COO is essentially your person to make sure that everything runs smoothly and everything scales as quickly and efficiently as possible.
There we go. Yeah, you see how perfect that was? Let me tell you, I just called her like a few minutes before going live.
Like 5 minutes, y'all.
But you see, that's what I do. And then she pulls it back and be like, let's make this structured. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. But I need outlines, y'all. I need plans. You can't be doing this to me.
She's like, what's the agenda and what are we gonna go over? I'm
yes,
like,
I need talking points. And he knows I hate public speaking because I got everything needs to be structured. But that's what I need his side for. I need him to kick me off the cliff. And that would say kick me off the cliff, throw me to the fire. Like he's the reason and throws me to the fire. So it's a great balance.
So there we go. What is one thing that sometimes a COO might do, in your opinion, that holds them back? Tell me. I have an idea.
Well, the job role and what makes a COO great is also what hinders a COO. So being a highly detail focused, highly process focused, and we tend to hyperanalyze. Does that make sense? So
I jokingly, not even jokingly to be honest, but I call Britt second brain. Everybody that knows the two of us know that I always call her second brain, because I don't even have to finish thinking and she knows what I'm about to get to before I can. And that's exactly where I was going. Sometimes COOs tend to overanalyze. Sometimes it may cause them not to pivot quickly enough because they're focused on those details and need to get through those details in order to make the decisions to move forward. So that's why we make a perfect team. Now, a lot of times people ask me, what is the way? Well, how do we find another Brit then? Like, how are you going to do that? Well, you can't find another Brit, okay? But to come close to
Sorry, y'all. Way to dangle that and then just you can't get one. Sorry.
But to come close to it, I'll tell you one of the things that we've utilized is called the DISC assessment. Now, mind you, me and Britt been rocking for years before this and partnered on multiple things before this. For some reason, you are spinning on this side, but I still see you over here. So y'all should still be able to hear her, because even if she's spinning there, she's still here good.
Okay.
But even though we've been rocking for years, we also took this thing called a DISC assessment, DISC. The DISC assessment is just like another personality test. Some of you may have heard of Myers-Briggs. Oh, Britt got cut off over here. Let me see if I can get
I'm trying to come back.
I'm going to bring you back in. So y'all can still hear her over there, even though she got cut off. There she goes.
There we go. I'm back.
So the DISC assessment actually, somebody said she's getting a call. The DISC assessment.
I didn't do the do not disturb. Oops.
There you go.
See,
put it on.
This is why I need to plan in advance. This is why you can't give me 5 minutes.
Yeah, see, and then I'm just adapting. I'm just like, hey, it's all good. Let's go. Now, the DISC assessment told us that I am a high D, right? Now, that's just the way to sum that up the best is that I'm very decisive. I move quickly. I make decisions quickly. I do like to plan, but I like to, pivot well and be, she mentioned seeing the forest. she's actually, I say she's seeing the trees in the forest, not seeing the forest through the
Oh
trees.
yeah. If you were going to talk from top level, then I'm seeing the trees. But I meant more from like your people. So for the people that you have, like from the employee standpoint, you're seeing the forest through the trees.
That's true. That's true.
If that makes sense.
Now, where I'm just looking at the whole orchard and everything, and it's like, yo, okay, I know we need to grow this. And she's like, yeah, well, we can't grow until we do this first. You missed that this quarter of the forest is actually withering, and we need to nurture that, blah, 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 blah. Right? So that's where building your team comes into it becomes very important. Now, where do you even find a COO? Yes, networking is one of them. You if you know anything about me, you know I'm gonna say that. That's one of them. You have to network. You got to get out there, meet people. But two, you can just straight up hire someone you don't even know. Sometimes it's better to make it someone that you don't know. If she and I didn't work so well together, I could see a lot of dangers in the fact that we was friends and knew each other first and then came together and worked together. I could see a lot of danger in that because then it could ruin the relationship whenever we disagree about something, right? But it didn't, we just end up working well. Now, you could find someone, let's say you go on LinkedIn, and I highly recommend something like LinkedIn because it's a more professional environment. So LinkedIn, you're going to be able to find someone who could be a qualified COO, and you can look at their background, interview them properly, and then decide how to bring them on. And then decide what type of, if you're going to give equity stakes as well, right? So overall, this is one of the most important roles that you need to have in your company is a COO. If you're going to
However,
go ahead.
I will say that while we were friends first, again, we don't recommend that. It could go up in flames. However, if you really go to like way, way, way back, we met through networking.
Yeah,
we met through a conference, and we met through, just discussing and networking in a conference. So
that's true. So it just ended up that we became cool because we had so much in common with a lot of things, yet still had these different personality types.
Yep.
Right?
We just got lucky pre-disc assessment.
Pre-disc assessment.
Yep.
Now, let's get deeper. So I wanted to mention that as the first and probably most important role that you need in your business. Because if you don't have someone that's operational minded, you will not be able to do what you need to do as a CEO. And what you need to do as a CEO is you need to be strategic. You need to be going out and creating partnerships. You need to be bringing in funding. You need to be preparing the business for growth while their CEO is building the business for growth, right? And you have to be able to it's extremely difficult to play both roles. And
I would go with impossible. I wouldn't go with extremely difficult. People that are trying to do everything, it's not going to work out for you. You're never going to be able to scale as quickly, even to the point. I don't think you'd ever be able to scale to the point that you could if you had the other roles.
There you go. There you go. And I'll tell you this. Now, when you are trying to scale, when you have your COO in place, you can literally, well, first of all, you're dividing and conquering, right? First and foremost. But when it comes, here's a mistake that some people make. You hire someone in your business and you're like, yeah, I got a VA, I got an employee, and that's it. That's not going to work. You're probably going to work just as much as you did, if not more, than when it was just you by yourself. Because now you have to manage that person. They're going to ask tons of questions. You have to be there with them. You have to go through things with them. When I start a business, I tend to start with at least 2 or 3 employees, VAs, whatever, right off the bat. Now, some people are like, oh, but I can't afford that. Well, that's why I also teach about how credit helps you to skyrocket your businesses and helps you to afford things like that. And especially, you're not paying an employee the full yearly salary all up front. You're not even paying their first bi-weekly salary up front. They work for 2 weeks first before you pay them, right? So you got that time as long as you have income producing activities in your business. Then hiring someone is going to help you because then they can execute on those income producing activities. And then your business is starting to run without you. But if you don't have a structure in place, and that's what we're going to get into right now. If you don't have that structure in place, I started at the top because it's important to have that COO, and that COO could help make everything so much easier. But let's say you started at the bottom. You're working in the process yourself. You hire 2 people and you're training, teaching with them at the same time, learning too at the same time. You're making sure that they document the process. While they document the process, they start working together, and you could kind of pull away a little bit. But they're still reporting directly to you, so you're still going back and forth. Maybe now you hire a supervisor, and that supervisor is managing them. Now you reclaim even more of your time. Anything in your business that you jot down that you have to do, you need to figure out how to delegate that to someone else. And that's where you end up choosing who do you hire in your business and when and why. Right? Now, here's a rule of thumb. It's not a guarantee. It's not an ironclad rule, but a rule of thumb. I try to have no more than 5 people per a manager, right? Because it's as difficult as it could be for you. Okay, so my kids are coming in here with little electronic guns and stuff. No, okay, not right now. I don't know, but not right now, okay? Yeah, and don't be playing with those things. Why you even got that? Okay, well, give me a second. Give Daddy a second, all right? Okay, not right now. We talk about that later. I'm bored. Oh, okay. Come here.
The struggle, y'all. The struggle.
Come. This is how I'm gonna get rid of them. Put them on the camera. Then they're gonna want to run. There you go. Here's one. Hi.
Katya!
And here's 2. There's Kai.
Hi.
Right. So now we're talking. Okay. I'm just gonna bore them to death so that they leave. So now you're building your business. You're hiring people in your business. No, you're staying in the camera. No. You're hiring people in your business, and you want it to grow. And see, this is how you learn to multitask, by having kids. This don't bother me. I hope it ain't distracting y'all, but it don't distract me. I could keep going. It ain't no problem at all, right? And, now you're hiring these people in your business, and you're gonna ensure that you're reclaiming your time because they're gonna handle those tasks for you, right? But it's all about how you structure those people that you hire in the business, right? Now, as it starts growing, you want to figure out how to give them an opportunity, create a company culture, a corporate culture, something that is going to make sure that they want to stay with you for a long time, right? Because you don't want to just hire somebody. Stop. You don't want to just hire somebody that is just an assistant, just a VA, just this. No, they're your employees. So treat them as such. Now, if you could treat them as such, they're going to be loyal to you. They're going to do whatever it takes to make your business grow for you. They're going to take that. They're going to take that responsibility and ownership in the company. You see what I'm saying? So what we do is we ensure that we give them a career path. Britt, let's talk a little bit about the career path. I'll let you jump a little bit into that.
All right. So with any job you've ever had in life, it doesn't matter if it's a Burger King, doesn't matter if it's in corporate, it really doesn't matter. Just human nature is that you want to be recognized for your contributions. You want to be recognized, and that doesn't necessarily mean in monetary form, but you just want to be recognized for what you contribute. So because of that, anyone that can think back to any job or any career they've ever had, when you move up in levels and you're recognized in one form or another, promotions would be one of the biggest, that it lights a fire within you. So that's what really gets you motivated to do your best and motivated to crush it, whether or not the company is yours. So the same goes when it's your company and you may be a small business, you may be, enterprise, whatever level you deem your company to be. When you begin bringing in employees, staff, workers of any kind, you want to give them a very clear path and opportunity for growth. So the easiest way to do that, even bringing in your first employee or your first staff member, is going to be laying out for them, hey, I'm bringing you into this role, and these are the positions within your department or your division. So for instance, for us, one of the companies, one of the roles in particular would be officer level 1, officer level 2, officer level 3. And then we have supervisor, we have manager, and then you go on and on beyond that. If you want to bring them in for C-suite, if you want to give that, vice president, president, the same applies across the board. So what you do is you lay that out. Even if you're bringing them in at level 1, you lay that out from day 1 and let them know that you're giving them growth opportunities. And what that does is it establishes that loyalty and that trust. And you let them know very clearly that they are going to be recognized. And the way they're recognized is they're moved up in a ladder, if you will, and they're motivated to, achieve and make your company grow as if it's their own.
Exactly. So hear what Britt said too. She mentioned that officer level 1, officer level 2, supervisor, manager, etc., lead, whatever. Why do we even do that? Because you're giving them a growth plan, a career path, right? Because nobody wants to go into any company and just be stagnant. Then if you do that, they're going to focus on, well, where am I going next? How do I start making some more money? How do I grow from here, right? So the key is, and you see Britt's doing the same thing right now with her kids. She's talking.
Yeah, trying to keep the nice face. Yeah, that's what you got to do.
But, hey, we make it happen, right? Now, this way, I'm evaluating my employees and I'm saying, okay, we're going to do a quarterly review. We're going to do an annual review. And then at the end of the year, we can that will determine if you're going to be promoted to level 2, level 3, supervisor, manager, etc. Just by creating that structure ahead of time. And then by making sure that you actually do evaluations with them. And I'm gonna tell y'all a secret sauce of something that we do for how we evaluate.
You can give them all the sauce though.
I'm gonna give them all the sauce. Something about it. They ain't nobody able to execute it like how we do, right?
True.
So I'm gonna give them a little bit of the sauce, right? Okay. Because this is critical. This is critical. But before we get to that, what you got to understand is that you're giving them a path to grow. Now, because I built multiple companies, I have some people that started as they started as a customer service rep level 1. And maybe they just kept going and they showed leadership qualities. One person right now started as a customer service rep level 1, and now is the customer support manager, director. Oh, he's a director now for one of my companies, right? So even somebody within my company, I always look if I can hire internally first, reward my employees, reward my team. Think about it, guys. Remember when you were an employee, or if you still are, remember or think about how it feels and what do you want? What would you like? Then you try to implement that in your businesses so that your employees are happy, right? Because people don't necessarily work for money. I believe that. I think people work for contentment, to be honest. Think about it. Because if you were working for money and it was just a matter of money, then if you evaluate how much money you could make not working for someone, you'd probably choose this route. But you chose this because you're content. It's like, okay, they treat me okay, and I'm getting paid something, so I'm okay, right? So if you at least make sure that you're ensuring that they're content, but also giving them more than that, right? Like we had some employees recently that were, we had a few, unfortunately, that have gotten sick from COVID. And we didn't have a COVID policy in place at the time. And I started thinking to myself, like, wow, we got to put together some sort of COVID policy to give them a little bit of extra time off, because it's a tragedy was happening out there. And a lot of people can't help it. It's not their fault that they ended up getting sick. So, we got to be caring as an employer, right? So this is all of the things that we're trying to create, that culture of we care about our employees, right? And then they're going to be even more loyal to us. Royal.here 82. How does this work when you're a new starter? So that's exactly the same thing. When you're a new starter, you're going to probably hire one person at least. When you hire that one person, you're doing the same thing. You tell them what level they're coming in at. What's their position title? Don't try to overload them and be like, okay, I'm just hiring an assistant and they're going to do marketing. They're going to do finance. They're going to do this, sales. They're going to do everything. They're going to pick up my laundry. And that. No, hire people for specific roles so you don't burn them out. Think about it for yourself. You were getting burned out if when you're in your job and then they're like, oh, person B quit or got fired. Now we'll just give you person B, give you your work still plus person B's work, but no more money, right? And you're like, yo, it's crazy. It's overloaded now. So why overload someone else too? Because then they're gonna just have the same feelings of, yo, I just can't wait till 5 o'clock to be out, right? Now, and you continue doing this. You continue managing them. You continue doing evaluations, even if it's one person. How do you get that one person? We spoke about that too. We spoke about how credit can help you to start to scale your companies, right? So now, here is the secret sauce on, well, no, actually first, before that, we're talking about we want to be recognized as good employers. On top of that, we want, this is extremely critical. Make sure that you take this down as a note. Thank you again, real quick, before we move on, for those who have purchased badges. Stone, my guy Stone, the realtors, 750 credit advisor. Thank you so much. King Karma Chris, Niche New Bands. Thank y'all all so much for badges on IG. The badges are helping us on our November to Remember charity event so that we could raise money to buy out all of the toys in the Walmart during the holidays that we're going to donate to kids. Not these kids here that are making noise in the background, but some kids that really need it. All right. So thank you again for the badges. Now, not only do we want to be known as good employers, we want to show our employees that we value them, but it's a win-win situation. People don't understand this. I have my employees, I have an open door policy with them. Oh, you have a new suggestion? I actually want to reward people who come up with improvement initiatives. King Karma Chris, thank you again for another badge. Appreciate you. I want to reward people who come up with improvement initiatives. What does that mean? You come to me with an idea of a specific area of the process that can be improved, or a new technology that we can implement that could speed things up, or a way that we could save money, or a way that we could bring in more revenue, and we evaluate it and implement it. Yo, you better believe I'm going to reward you for that. So I encourage it. And why am I encouraging it with the employees? Because they are on the front line. If you have an employee, they're doing something that you're not doing. So they know how it goes day to day, even if you have the general picture of it. Insomnia_talks. Thank you so much for the badge. Appreciate you. Yo, badges are going to our November to Remember charity event, and it's all going to impact the kids during the holidays. So thank you all. So they know what's going on in your process. So they're going to find the holes for you. They're going to find the things that we can improve. And by rewarding that, you have a business now that is automatically going to start getting better without you even having to do anything related to that. Now you can focus on the things that are more important for your business. What are those things? Bringing in money, more funding, creating strategic partnerships. Drew Romeo, my brother, thank you so much for the badge, man. Appreciate you. Thank you. Badges and Niche. Yo, appreciate y'all. Thanks so much, y'all, for real. So as I said, not only do we want to be seen as good employers, we want to make sure that we create a culture of where the employees feel that they're a part of the business. They feel that they have a stake in the business. I know some people who even give their employees a little equity in the business, and then that becomes a specific distribution payout at the end of the year in the form of a bonus, right? So that's these are the type of things that we got to think about. If you got $1 million,
I would say,
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
If you got $1 million business, why can't you take out $10,000 and give that towards a team and split it towards a team based off of their contribution? And how would you know their contributions? By the assessments that we do throughout the year, which we're going to get into next. Go ahead, Britt.
I would also say, so you're giving people a very clear outlook on vertical movement, but another really important thing is offering, like, along with that open door policy, is offering the potential for horizontal or lateral movement. So vertical movement, that's, moving up in the company, that's great and all, but I find that people work the best when they're motivated to do it, but also when they love what they're doing. And that nobody, I mean, really, at employee level, nobody really loves what they do. Like, people will say, I love what I, but we all know you don't really love it. You
Mm-hmm.
need the money, but the best output is going to happen when somebody at least enjoys the process of whatever they have to do to create that output. So, we'll offer something as far as even off the wall things you would think, like somebody in HR. Let us know, if I have decided I hate HR, I really want to be in social media. Most companies, that's one of the beauties of having a consortium or conglomerate, is that you have the potential to move them from one business line to another. But in this day and age, everybody should have social media department at the very least. So,
Mm-hmm.
you have these different departments that you're creating, and as you grow, you can give them the opportunity to move from one arm to another arm to another arm based on what they're passionate about. And I find that really locks people in, because it's like, if they could just wake up one day and decide they love doing something, and then they have the opportunity to do it.
There we go. There we go. I love that. Oh, I think. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Ria. I see that we missed a couple of other. Oh man, Chanel Rains bought a badge too. Insomnia Talks bought a badge too. Uh, OC Bo, my friend. Hive experienced people. Let's go. Thank you so much for a badge again. Much love, everybody. Appreciate you. Thank you, Ria, for letting me know too. Ria just sent me a quick.
My comments aren't even updating. So I don't know why. So sorry,
Ria,
y'all, if you're talking to me.
Anthony, brother Alexander said you can make all the money in the world. If you don't like what you do, you won't do it, right? So imagine now you got somebody that starts in HR, like Britt said, and they said, I really was always had a passion for social media, for marketing, right? Now you give them the opportunity. They could have just risen in HR, or they could say, all right, you have the opportunity to start working with the marketing department, and then potentially, switch over to the marketing department if there's a need. Lawrence _ hit your target bought a badge. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Tevin Heath one said, how do you pay your foreign VAs? Well, remember, we have a whole VA staffing firm, although the correct term, I won't repeat it right now. But we have a whole firm that focuses on this. So you can outsource. What the hell?
Well, and while he's looking at that and figuring that out, I will give you all the reason why I stress this. It's not because, staffing firm or staffing agency sounds like this, and then the alternative is you have global recruitment and offshore talent acquisition company, which is what ours technically is. It's not because it just sounds fancy. That's not the reason I try to like really drive home. It's the same reason that instead of referring internally to our people as VAs, we refer to them as staff, or honestly, in most cases, family. The reason is because we don't do it like any other staffing agency or staffing firm. So what you typically look at when you're looking at one of those companies, and almost every single one I've ever seen, is that they're charging you, $1,200 a month, $1,500 a month, whatever they're charging for a person, and you have no idea at the end of the day what that person is making. That's the company is, they're going to keep that person within their internal structure, and they're basically loaning them out, if you will. And they're paying them whatever they choose. We don't believe in that, and that's not, ATEC was born out of our love for our Philippine family and our overseas staff. And so because of that, we structured ours completely differently, and that it's completely transparent to the client that they're paired with exactly what this person is making. And we really believe strongly in living wages. We don't believe in someone just, barely making it by. And so that's the reason for our company culture, and that's also the reason that we're a global recruitment and offshore talent acquisition company.
Recruitment and offshore talent acquisition. My brother Pushman Mitch, what's good? What's good? I just invited him on live too. He said he can't come on right now because he's somewhere loud. But there's another guy right there. I bet you if Mitch came on right now, he could tell you about his team, his staff. I bet you anything that Mitch ain't doing this all by himself. I guarantee you. right? And how he treats his staff is going to determine the success of his company. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. I know a lot of people, I grew up hearing that the most successful businessmen or women are assholes. I used to hear that all the time. I refuse to believe that. I'm not saying it's not true. I just refuse to conform to that, right? Because, for example, Steve Jobs. Everybody loves Steve Jobs, but I heard to his employees he was an asshole. And he kept pushing them and challenging them and everything. And, you know, he built an amazing company. You see, my brother Drew just said, Beez, your management style is very inclusive, making this morale super positive. Even as a partner interacting with the team, they're super helpful, quick to respond, and gets it done in a timely manner. Exactly. It's critical. I prefer to lead from a position of respect. And then that way, I will also earn that respect, right? Instead of a position of fear. Pushman Mitch said, team is mandatory. I've been being trained all week on how to be a better CEO. There we go. This is critical. Mitch is another person running a 7-figure company, multiple companies, and he can't do it without his team. And then he's focusing on how do I improve myself as a CEO. So I always say it's important. I tell my kids this. If you keep the place clean, you won't have to clean up too much. So to me, it's important to start from the beginning. Keep your place clean. Keep your business clean. Treat them nice in the beginning so you don't have to go back to try to fix problems later. Trenchpreneur said, how do you feel about intermediate family as staff? Or I think he meant immediate family as staff. I cannot say that I would do it myself, but there are many examples of people who do it. When you look at some companies, it'd be like something brothers. Oh, I just met Credit Brothers this weekend, as a matter of fact. I mean, I met them back in the day on Clubhouse, but in person we met. Credit Brothers, they doing their thing together, right? I don't even know who's the COO, CEO, whatever, but they working together.
Well, there could be that's a big culture now of co-CEOs, so it could be co-CEOs.
Yeah, it's possible, but like Chanel Rains just said, it's a no for her. It's the same for me. I ain't trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather avoid that potential problem and just hire people. King Karma Chris. Oh, you guys are naming other people who are assholes, I guess. Like Ellen DeGeneres, Grant Cardone, Elon Musk. Let me tell y'all something about Grant Cardone. He is not an asshole to his employees. He does some crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie. Like there was this thing where he did in 2020 where he heard that the pandemic was starting and blah, 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 and things were going crazy. And he knew that his business was going to suffer. And he just cut a whole team right then and there. Now you may think, oh, he's an asshole. That's messed up. How you just going to do that? But let me tell you the truth behind it, because I read that in the paper. But when I spoke to him directly and we interviewed him about all of this, he told us the whole story behind it. To be honest, his employees told me the story first when we was in his office. It wasn't even him. His employees said, yeah, he did do that. But he also explained why he was doing it, because the whole company would suffer if he didn't lose at least one limb. He had to cut off one limb so that the whole body could survive. And then when things eased up a little, I mean, the pandemic's still going on, but when it eased up a little bit, he ended up hiring back 80% of the people that were let go. The other 20% didn't want to come back at the time because they started doing different things. And he gave them like certain bonuses to kind of make up for some of that lost time. Not fully, but trust me, he's not as big of an asshole as you think he is. Not to his employees. He may be to other people, to random people, but I don't know. So let me see. Pushman Mitch said, can't think my staff is dropping the ball or not up to par. First ask, why are they dropping it? Do I have the right systems in place for them to succeed? Look, that's what I was talking about. We want to make sure that we're giving them all the tools that they need to execute on their job and to be successful in it. This is the secret. This is the secret to building a huge company, multi-million-dollar company. You're not going to do it by yourself. Whether you're outsourcing most of your staff, whether you're remote hiring people from overseas, whether you're hiring them all in America, whatever it may be, you're going to need a team. You're going to need a team. I was interviewing Dave Shands this weekend, and he said how he was always figuring he would just hire, like he had some people as almost like a contractor, but he didn't start to get really successful until he realized that, yo, I need to keep them full time, because this contractor I had was amazing at creating a ClickFunnels. But then when a friend would be like, yo, is that your like full-time employee, or could she create a ClickFunnels for me? He'd be like, yeah, go ahead, take her. Right? She'll, just work with her. She good. Instead of being like, nah, that's my employee, that's my staff, that's me. Right? And once he made that change, things changed for him. Millionaire Mind said, it was good. My guy Carl, he said, I just hosted my first conference and it was a success. That's what's up. Thank you for putting out fire content. Oh, appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. I wish I could have came to it, man, but I was at another conference at the same time speaking. No, it's we. There we go. It's always we instead of just I. Now, let's get a little bit. So we're talking about the company culture and how it should be. A culture of success, a culture of inclusion, a culture of improvement, a culture of career growth, right? And a culture of recognizing our staff, right? That helps them to want to be loyal, to want to stay with you. But let's also look at one of the things that we do to ensure that we can facilitate the things that I just mentioned. That's our assessments. Now, when we get into our assessments, this is something that I'm not going to take credit like if I made this up myself. I did learn this in my corporate career, and you should too. If you are working a 9-to-5, if you are working for somebody else, if you are in corporate America or corporate Jamaica or corporate wherever you live, whatever you're doing, take something from it and go implement it when you're your own entrepreneur. Why not? Learn from whatever you're doing so that you can also use it later on. So when I was at Microsoft, this was something that we did. Actually, I'm sorry. This was before Microsoft. This is when I was at Quint Wellington Redwood. But then I actually implemented it in Microsoft and then ended up continue growing and improving it. If you ever heard of something called a SWOT analysis, SWOT, SWOT analysis. A SWOT analysis, typically a company, a business does a SWOT analysis as they're launching or as they're about to go into a new territory. And what they do is the SWOT stands for, it's an acronym that stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Now, the strengths and weaknesses are looking internal into the business, right? It's looking at the business. What is the strength of the business? What's the opportunities for the business? I'm sorry, the strengths and the weaknesses of the business. The opportunities and threats are looking external. It's looking outside to say, what are the opportunities out there for the business? What are the threats that the business has to worry about? The external threats. So now what I do with my employees is I make them do a SWOT analysis of themselves. It's a personal SWOT analysis instead of a business SWOT analysis. Why do I make them do that? Because I want them to tell their own story. I want them to tell me why they should be promoted. I want them, Nikki, what's up, Nikki? If you got a moment, I would love for you to come on and tell, I just want to get a gem from you about how your
This is Nikki's?
This is Nikki's, of course.
Don't make me fangirl. Don't make me fangirl.
Girl, we all love Nikki, man. I don't know why everybody loves Nikki so much. It's just so, like.
Because she's real.
But it's so instant that you could do it. Like I met her, I saw her one day and was like, yo, I love that woman. She's amazing. Then I met her in person. I told her I love her and I just met her. You know what I'm saying? So it's about her energy or whatever, you know? Nikki, if you're free, I'm going to request her just in case she's able to come on. Let me see. There we go. So now we're doing a SWOT analysis of the individuals, the employees in my companies, right? Ah, there she is. Nikki.
Okay, hold on.
Not much. What's going on?
All right. I love you some Nikki.
I'm for real, Nikki. I say it all that. I've told you that 100 times that I love you. and that I don't know what it is. How is this your energy? The first day I saw you, I was like, yo, she's awesome, just positive. Yo, and you don't gotta appreciate it. It's the truth. It's 100% truth. Ain't no fluff here. I love it. I love it. So keep doing what you do. Keep paving the way for so many people. Now, Nikki,
Appreciate that.
we got to ask. So today we're talking about how you're creating your best team and a company culture, because it's important. First of all, we are not successful without having some sort of team, right? So tell me about you, your team, and your business and things that you do. What does your team look like? How valuable has your team been for you?
Man, it's crazy. I was literally having a conversation about this like maybe 10 minutes ago. So we had the 120 event this past weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this was the first time, I would say, in over a year that I saw my whole team like in person for a minute, right? And it felt like we got better, right, than before. But my whole thing this time around was making sure that they got their flowers like instantly, instead of the typical, like, when something is wrong, like, hit them up, right? So for those who don't know, like, anything that you've seen with content from Dr. Eric Thomas, ET the Hip Hop Preacher, is pretty much done by me and my team. And everything from pictures to the recap video to like just all the content on social media and everything like that, that's not easy to do. And from a company, from a big company, they're not going to get flowers. So it's my job to be like, yo, here's the flowers, and don't worry about it. I'm in the trenches with you. I'm having the camera. I'm going out. I'm going on stage while they're doing the crowd surfing. I'm out here creating the content as well. So it doesn't seem like one of those, like, here, you do this, you do this, you do this. No, we do this, we do that, we do this, right? And make them feel as if it is a us thing instead of just like a leader and kind of follower kind of vibes, And I think by having that kind of dynamic with our team, it's like the respect is there, but it's also the, like, we help each other out because we genuinely want to get better. We genuinely want to succeed. This is not, I have to tell them that we have to succeed. They genuinely want to do it because they see how hard I work and I see how hard they work. And so we're kind of just matching each other with that. So from making sure from a big company wide that our little circle is taken care of, regardless if they recognize us or not, I have to make sure I do that. So I'm just big on flowers and big on being with them side by side instead of like, you do this and you do that. So that's been, and this literally just happened this weekend, kind of like super fresh off the press kind of vibe.
Yeah. So they don't work for you; they work with you.
Yeah.
Right?
No. I'm not one of those people. I don't want nobody working for me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't want nobody working for me. That's not something. No offense, nobody. That's on some slave stuff. Yep. I'm not on that.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Like, we all make money together. We all, grow together. We all do investments together. Like, it's not just from a common, like, okay, here's what we have to do. No, here's what we have to do. How do we do it? And how do we take this and leverage it for our own sake?
There we go. There we go.
I love it. I love she just reinforced everything we just said. Like,
exactly.
I love it. See,
listen, I have this recurring debate, but to be honest, I think it's just staged because Dave agrees with me, but he likes to go up against me on it. So with Shans, we did it again this weekend where me and Van interviewed him on our podcast, right? Okay. And while we were there, he knew I was going to bring it up because I do it all the time with him. Because everybody always talks about you should only do one thing. You even talk about it too. You should always focus on one thing, especially online. Focus on one thing. But I tell people that I challenge that, right? I tell people that the majority of people that I know who tell you focus on one thing, they doing multiple things too, right? But but I say that I feel that they're saying it based off of a brand thing. If you want to be known for one thing, that's different. But you can do multiple things if you do it the right way.
So let me be devil's advocate to that, right? Let me be devil's advocate because I agree with you to a sense. Yeah. Right. I always say, because I'm not big on boxing people in. Yeah. Right. I'm the type of person I am. You can't sit here and tell me I got all these multiple gifts and you want me to do one thing. Right. But I have to build your trust off of one thing. And then I could branch you off to other things. Some people are just trying to do multiple things at the same time. And I have no credibility or no proof on anything. So that's why I say, focus on one thing, because now you're going to build a following and a tribe based off that one thing. And if you say, literally, I have shout out to Aaron. I don't know if he's on here.
Yeah, I think I saw him.
He trusts me with content. He trusts me with growing his personal brand. But I drink a soooooo drink. I'll drink something else, and he'll buy everything that I am drinking based off because he trusts me.
There you go.
Right? Shout out to Aaron. I see you, Aaron.
There you
go. He trusts me, so he's like, "Yo, is this good?" Like now, my man's on this. Like, "Yo, let me try these juices with you. Yo, let me try this. So it's not just from like, okay, staying in that one lane. It's making people know you for something, and feel like they can be super transparent with you and safe with you because you led them to such success with one thing. I can imagine what you can do as a whole person, because we know that you're a person and people have multiple gifts because God blessed us with that. So if you show me, because I've mastered this one thing, I was able to also do these things. I was also able to start this other business. I was able to also do these investments. They're like, wait, what? I was also able to get my health right. They're like, hold on. So I just got to do one thing for a minute, just for a minute. And then do that? Bet, I'll do that. So that's why I say the whole one thing for a bit, for a season, just to build trust.
There we go. So, hold up. So first of all, shout out to Orisha. Yeah, I'm trying to bring her into I Am Surviving Vegan. Then shout out to, I saw a couple other badges we bought. I Am Infinite Abundance. Thank you so much.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I'm over here. I'm going to have a stroke. Okay.
First of all, let me say how excited I am to be on here. My brother Beez always is the major connector. Because this is Nikki's. Let me just tell you something. You are the bomb.
You see?
See, Orisha, see?
Nikki think I'm playing and I'm just like hyping up or something. I tell her all the time. And people love Orisha. They go wild for Orisha. And she's like, this is Nikki's. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, Nikki.
I'm super humble.
But it's so great to get this, to be on here with you and just say hi and introduce you, just myself to you. I have a holistic brand, Surviving Vegan, and we've been helping to impact people. And that's what I tell people too. Focus on one thing, build that tribe, and let's transfer them. So I appreciate you. Continue to drop from the jewels. I look forward to connecting with you more.
Yeah, let's do it.
I didn't know that y'all ain't know each other.
No, I seen her around like.
So we were here for the moment. Okay. So we're here for the moment.
What's happening? So I think I saw you on the story today. Like no lie. And I was like, you got to do the little snooping thing. Like, yo, what is
I love this.
what we doing? Right?
There we go.
Literally just saw you today. I seen you before, but literally I was scoping you out today. So that's wild.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm the connector. I'm making connections. Let's go.
The connector.
So Orisha, now we've helped you. Britt and I have helped you to build your team, right?
Yes.
Now Orisha has an amazing brand. You have almost a million followers across multiple platforms, right? And I have never met such passionate followers. You talk about a tribe. You talk about a community.
Yes, y'all don't come for Orisha. Don't come for Orisha unless you're going to get dragged. Her tribe was
I can't think of anybody.
Amazing.
I can't think of anyone out there that has that type of a passionate following, a community, a community, right? And you did a lot of that by yourself initially. But then you realized that you needed a team to continue to scale. Can you talk a little bit about that to say what's your perspective on the team overall?
Yes. I mean, I was definitely scared to grow. So meeting Beez was an abundant experience because I was like, I don't need nobody else to help me. I was that person, right? And my husband was the one like, no, I'm going to get out here and network. I said, okay, you go network. I don't want to talk to people. So he's the one that networked. He said, I met this man named Beez. Man, he got 10 businesses. I'm like, he got 10 businesses. How is he doing that? Because right now, I'm the customer service. I'm the social media manager. I'm the comment responder. I'm the live host. I'm all of these things. So you telling me I have 10 businesses, it made me raise an eyebrow. So when we met him, he was one of the first people who put an emphasis on processes and systems. All right. So we was like, okay, we got to figure out what this is. We have to figure this out. And I was getting to the point, I love making content, but I did feel myself getting burnt out. So that's one of the first things that I wanted to get help with, building a team around customer service and content responding, because I know that responding increases your rate within the algorithm, it increases trust with your audience. So I can't just not respond. Right. So I needed a team to help me do that. You know, my team and my community, they expect me to respond to them as they should, right? If I'm servicing them. So that was one of the first things. We used ATech to provide, literally, he provides 90% of our staff. We used ATech to provide our staff, and it has truly helped my brand to grow, because I think the constant connection that people feel with Survivor Vegan makes them feel like I care, and I really care. That's what I want them to feel. But I'm only one person. When I get 3,000 comments, I'm like, I can't do it. And I have 4 children. And like Flex, you see that like Flex though? When I get like 3,000 comments, I'm like, Flex.
For real.
I didn't know this was that. That humble too. Like, you know, when you get 3,000, like how do you? I got kids, I got a family. I can't respond to all these people. Yes, and then the DM.
But every single person wants it. Every single person. They expect it and they want it.
That individual
they
attention.
Ain't ready for it though. They want that, but they ain't ready for it.
I wasn't ready. I wanted it, but I was not ready. So, you know, hiring a team and a staff really helped me to elevate, because I can focus on what I love to do. Learn, network, give more value to the community through products and services, enhance my current products and services. So I'm not sitting there for 8 hours a day responding to emails all day or comments, you know. So it definitely has helped me to focus on what I truly am meant to do and elevate people consciously through health and wellness.
I love it. I love it. So okay, I'm gonna throw out, first of all, Britt, can you put another one up there, like a different emoji for Orisha? So I'm gonna pin that one too. Right.
Put that little plan up there.
Of course, you put some sort of plan. Now I'm gonna throw out my famous saying, right? And this is going back to what Nikki and I was just talking about a second ago. Now, I believe that, well, first of all, there's a saying that a lot of people know. It's called a jack of all trades is a master of none, right? However, the truth of it is that that's an incomplete quote. The real quote that people don't really know about is a jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Now, I tell people that because I say that in your business, I have to be a jack of all trades. Why do I say that? Because I need to know a little bit about finance so that the financial people not robbing me. I need to know a little bit about marketing so that I make sure that the marketing strategy is, sound. I need to know a little bit about HR so that I make sure that my business is growing well. But I'm gonna hire the experts to actually handle everything, right? So I don't want to be an expert in the one thing in my business. I want to know enough about my business so that the experts are executing for me, but I still know how to steer it in the right direction. I can see the bigger picture overall. So I like to say that quote because I like people to realize that, listen, not everything is always as cut and dry. And you got to know when to apply what and how, right? So that inside your business is one aspect of where being a jack of all trades is not, there's really not a negative connotation to it. People think there is, but you know, if you look at it from this perspective, it makes sense, doesn't it? What do y'all think about that?
I agree, because I think, you know, not being educated on actually leading a team, by me playing all those roles, I was able to help train them, because I thought when I hired them, they was going to come already knowing what to do. That's what I thought. I was like, all right, get on these emails, get on this. And they're like, well, what do you want us to do? So I'm like, oh, snap, I need to create a process. And that's what I learned from you, right? I kind of did your system backward. I got the people before the process. But once I got the people, they made me realize I need to document my process, like for real. Because I have to treat it like they don't know anything. So that's what I had to realize. So by me playing every role in the beginning, right? Playing the customer service, comment responder, DMer, everything, doing our own books, doing everything. When we bring somebody in, we can steer them. So you move out of those roles to now you're the captain of the ship, and you're telling them, you know, how to go and how to successfully do their job. Because I think people say, I need a team, but they don't realize they have to cultivate the team and actually train them, because they only are going to be as good as you train them. So that's something that we realized.
Yes. Nikki, what do you think?
Yeah, my big brother always says, like, if you want a team, if you're always saying I need a team, you need to be on a team first.
Ooh,
like you're not ready to have a team, right? So, like for me, I was in the Navy for 9 years, right? So I had to do everybody's job to have a full understanding of the operation, right? So I brought that into entrepreneurship of understanding the full operation, just because I can't delegate my vision properly if I don't. So sometimes when we think about the whole, I need a team, and you're instantly like ready, like, yo, I gotta pay this person, or I gotta get this person on the team. You don't even know your own vision. You don't even know what needs to happen, what doesn't happen. And when you do that, it's very scary, because you give your brand and your business up to somebody off of a whim, either whether you heard somebody say, yo, they're dope, but you haven't fully experienced that, or you looked it up on Google and was like, yo, I need so-and-so or Fiverr, or however you looked it up. And that's a dangerous thing, because you don't even know how to pretty much articulate what you want. Like, and it's not about mastering every single situation, but you have to have some type of knowledge in every department. So if you have a spidey sense of, hold on, that ain't really it. I may not know it in detail, but I explain it. How about this? You sit down, explain it to me why this is happening, because I feel like it should be going this way. If you can intelligently tell me that it's supposed to be that way, I respect it. You know what I mean? And 9 out of 10 times when you have that spidey sense, because you've had, you know, an understanding of the level of operation, you're probably right. And so they can't really properly explain it too seriously. So I fully agree with you with that, and especially because of my own background. I gotta be hands-on and understanding. I'm in, like I said, I'm in the trenches. So you're not, don't feel like I'm giving you everything in like blindly. I'm giving you it because I trust you. I'm giving you it because I have knowledge of your expertise, right? And I feel like we could do this together, but I'm not giving it to you because I'm blind.
Exactly.
No, you said something, Nikki, that was paramount, because trust, you have to trust your team. They're going to make mistakes, like know that. They're going to make mistakes. Because what I found myself doing too, when we first hired a team, when they would have a problem, I said, don't worry about it, I'm going to just do it myself. Don't worry about it, I'm just doing it myself. Then I'm like, hold up, I got 8 people on my team.
Yes.
You have to have an element of trust, right? Your trust will build if you train them right. That's what I realized.
Who's that?
The better I train them, the more I trust them. So that was a good one right there.
There we go. I love it.
You done made it home.
Huh?
I said, you made it home. I'm still in the airport.
Are you still in the airport? Yeah, I got back on that red eye.
No.
This is hard. It's rough. I'm tired, but I had to come on live because this is an important topic. Because we talk about our business so much. We tend to, especially online, we talk about business strategy. We talk about, you can make money on Turo. Yeah, you can make money in Airbnb. Yeah, you can make money in this. But we don't talk about what it takes to build a business, right? So, and I know it's not the most sexiest thing. People, they just want to hear that, yeah, that's making money, but they don't want to hear about the operations that go in it and the people that go in it and that you have to nurture and help grow, because that's the secret to whatever business model, to having it grow as well. Oh, Orisha got cut off. But that's been critical for me. So I had to make sure to do that. I wonder if her phone died since she in the thing. But yeah, so I had to come on live, even though the kids are jumping in while I'm on here and whatnot. But you know,
that's a sign. Douglas said, "Please add me back, please."
Oh, there you go. Okay, I got you. Let me. All right, go. Where is it? No, not there. Go here, there. Okay, she should be back on in a second. But yeah, it's critical. Now, first of all, I got to take a second to thank those who have been buying badges. Much love and respect, AJ, the CEO. I am Infinite Abundance. Overdose BMO. Lawrence hits your target. OC Bo. Niche New Bands again. Drew Romeo again. Everybody that's been buying badges. Once again, our badges. Lady Ash, thank you again. Our badges. Give me a second, okay, buddy? Our badges are going towards Nikki. I got to tell you about this too. Last year, actually, Orisha was involved too. She was there with us. I got a bunch of my entrepreneur friends together, and we did something called November to Remember. And November to Remember was a bunch of different charitable events during the whole month, but it culminated with us going to a super Walmart in South Florida, and we bought out every single toy, everything that could be a gift in the Walmart, loaded it up onto an 18-wheeler truck, and drove it over to this charity that we work with called Kids in Distress. And it's where it's like displaced kids who don't have families and such. They're in foster care and things like that. And we were able to put smiles on all their faces with gifts for the holidays. So we're going to do it again this year. And that's what badges are going towards. Britt, can you drop one more chat for me message and I'll pin it. Badges are going towards raising for our November to Remember charity event. Thank you again for all who are purchasing it. Nikki, I'm going to let you know we're going to do it again probably November 16th. I can't remember the exact date off the top of my head, but people keep calling me.
Yeah, I'm going to be part of that. Hold on.
Awesome.
Where are you located?
Say that one more time.
Virginia, unfortunately.
You're in Virginia right now?
Don't get it twisted. I trap. I'm in Virginia.
Okay, so you was in Atlanta this weekend for the thing, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not staying there. Don't get it twisted. Hold on. They got COVID down there. I'm good on that.
Yo, for real. But hey, man, I just love this.
Vicky, they're gonna tell you how to monetize that platform. I was like, dang, I ain't using badges. Dang, I ain't gonna create a fund. Dang.
Listen, that's my thing. Like, I know how to monetize a free platform. Don't get it twisted. It's too easy to do that.
I got a question for you then. I'm gonna take advantage of having the guru on here right now. I told Dave Shands about this and he didn't know. And I was like, oh, can we post this online that I taught you something about social media? He was like, let's do it.
I can repost this online. You didn't know something.
You know what I'm saying? So let me tell you what it was. And I want maybe you can answer the question because I actually learned it from you.
Okay.
Guides. Have you been using them?
Yeah. Not to its full extent, just because I'm more, so here's the thing. For me, and I suggest it, but for me, I already give so much free game. Now you're telling me to organize it. Right?
There we go.
You see what I'm saying? Like, so not only am I giving you a guap full of content of how to create it, how to have your personal brand, but now you're telling me I got to organize it and give it more for free. No, sir, no, ma'am. No.
But
now there's certain lessons, like I have like the Nipsey joint, and there's certain things that I do have there just to test it out and everything like that.
Yeah.
What I do feel like it's going to be really good for is for like opportunities for brand deals, right?
Oh, okay.
So you can organize like a guide of just different things that you are utilizing and have the affiliate links to go, or just being able to promote that particular brand, and because you can share it on your stories and things like that, right? And people see it as a guide of what maybe what equipment and how to use it and things like that. So
I like that. I like that a lot.
That standpoint of, if you're trying to get a brand deal, utilize guides for that. But as far as for the content that I already have and back, nah, homie, like, go search because information is free. Organization, you have to pay for that.
So, bars again. Do you think, as with, as usual, with Instagram, the newer things get rewarded more? Do you think that guides would?
Absolutely. But I haven't seen truly guides being rewarded like that. You see what I'm saying? Like, they put it out with a lot of things that was going on, and at first it was only supposed to be for like fitness. It came out during the pandemic to be guides for like different meditation and fitness stuff, right? So people and self-help to help throughout the pandemic. Now clearly it's transformed to other things, but Instagram's attention is still on reels. Like, Instagram's attention is still on lives. Like, you have to look at what they're monetizing, and right now that's reels, that's IGTV, and that's lives. And so they're putting their attention on that, and they're not really doing too much with guides, but it's there.
Okay.
So the boost isn't worth the effort, is what you're saying. So like for right now, the boost that you're getting isn't worth it. That makes sense.
Right.
I have a student that's she's like a travel blogger. So I told her to try using guides, because since she's already posting different places that she goes and what to do in those places, why not put it into a single guide and stuff and see if that, helps her.
But she can use that as well as the hotels that she's doing and be able to possibly. You see
there we go. See, Nikki is monetized. There you go.
Oh, I got ideas for days.
Yeah. Nikki, that's what made me first love you. You just monetize everything. And it's just so clean. Your approach to it is just so, why didn't you think of that? Like, just monetize all the things.
I have to make it simple because other people make it complicated. Right? Like,
yes.
I gotta make it simple. That's what makes me different. Other people are gonna be like, you gotta create every single day and do it like this, do it like that. I'm like, dog, like, you can't even manage your time right. Why am I gonna tell you how to create every single day? That doesn't even sound right to me, right?
True that.
But
I love it.
She can literally take her experience from like where she got her tickets from, where she checked her hotel, what are her different experiences in that particular country, things like that, and make sure she's intentional with, hey, I'm about to put it in a guide. Like, what's that looking like? Like, can I get a free stay? Can I do it? Because now I have proof of they get an experience, and people are going to my guides for this particular country's experience.
There we
You should
go.
tell her that. That'd be dope.
I like that. I'm gonna tell her right after this live. I love it.
She might be on it, for all we know.
I appreciate you, Nikki, Beez, and Britt. I'm getting on the plane right this second.
Yo, hit me up anytime.
Yes.
For real.
I'm
There
gonna
we go.
DM you soon. I appreciate you, Beez. You might,
Oh, you already know, sister.
Wednesday works for me if it works for you.
Yep, I got you.
Talk to my students.
I got you.
8 o'clock works. We good.
So 8 o'clock on Wednesday, I'll be speaking to Arisha students again. So all of y'all who are on here, definitely look forward to it. We're gonna have another great conversation. And before Arisha gets off, everybody follow Business Builder Brit, follow This Is Nikki's, follow Business Builder Beez, follow I Am Surviving Vegan for whoever doesn't follow whoever on here. Arisha, safe travels, sister. Love you.
We love you, Queen.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Awesome. So I love it, man. See, so we got into a little side note of some value. I appreciate that for sure, Nikki. But overall, like, the whole purpose of tonight is that everybody needs to know that you need a team, and you can't build what you want to build to that level you can't do it alone.
Well, also, you're not that dope.
Very true, Nikki. See, this is why I love Nikki. She just said, this is how I'm trying to tell people. You're not that good. You're not that good.
I apologize.
No, it's real.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, and I understand. Like, I'm a Leo, right? I'm Black Puerto Rican. I'm supposed to think very highly of myself, right? But I'm not trying to exhaust myself. So normally, people think like, yo, I can do it all by myself. Then they like, no lie, they're in the early stages of building a business. They got the energy. It seems exciting. You think you can do it all by yourself. Absolutely, right? And then do 5 years like that. do
5 months like that.
Do 1 year, you're gonna be like, damn, hold up.
Yes.
You gotta understand that's not scalable.
Exactly.
That's not scalable, and the money comes in with scalability. The money comes in when you could duplicate yourself. The money comes in when you don't have to work, but you just think. People pay more for your ideas and your thoughts than necessarily your manual work.
Exactly.
We could get workers. We get workers all day, whether it's high level workers or low level. We could get workers, right?
Yep.
We can't get vision.
Yes.
And that's what we tell them. It's important. You got to be able to. You don't have any time for your vision if you're spending all your time in the trenches doing every little task for every little facet of your company. You don't have time. And a CEO or high level in a business needs to be able to drop back and have that time for vision.
Yep.
Yeah. But the thing is, they how do I put this in a nice way? You know, I gotta say.
Don't put it nice. Just don't put it nice.
I gotta put it in a nice way. I just got home. I can't be sued 50% like that. You know what I mean? I just got home. But I think we tend to run with just one idea, right? And put all the weight in it, which is great. It's absolutely fine, right? But you exhaust yourself, and there's not necessarily a backup plan. Because you run with that idea and it's not fully like mapped out. And the next idea can be the second piece to that particular first idea, but you're too busy with it that you're not even widening your mind to other ideas. You're too much with your head down. You have to dedicate at least an hour of your day to just ideas. Like just an hour. I don't care. Like me personally, I don't get on the computer or nothing until like noon. Like that morning vibe is me.
True that.
It's just me. Now, granted, I am a night owl, so however you figure out your own schedule, but like you gotta have that kind of routine to like, what are my ideas? What's going to work? What applies to the goals that I'm going to have right now? Right? And understand you got to divide it from big picture to like, what's this year looking like to like, what's right now? If you don't think like that and you're just like, go, I promise you, you're going to have gray hairs really quick, real fast, real early. You're going to look a little bit older, right? And you're going to be tired. Like, you're just going to be tired of life. It's not going to be fun. And building a business has, like, for me, is fun. Doing the work is not work. If you're feeling like it's work, you're doing it wrong. These are facts.
I love it. I see Granny T said, how do you know when you need a team? The question there is need. And the fact is, do you absolutely need a team when you start? No. But why wouldn't you start to build your team from the get-go, right? You can grind in the beginning. You should grind in the beginning. Maybe should. And learn at least every aspect of your business. But do you need anyone else? Not in the beginning. To get to a certain level, from one level, you are going to need a team. But I would rather build them from the beginning, coming up with me, learning the process with me, helping to grind with me, helping to build it out with me, start offloading, delegating things to them, and continue to build out the structure and start reclaiming my time piece by piece so that I could be strategic and grow the company from the vision perspective. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, first of all, I see a whole heap of Leo gangs up in here. Forget y'all Leos. Capricorns, baby. I want everybody drop what their sign is in the chat. I want to see what's up. I know we're going to have more Capricorns and Leos out there. So Capricorn gang. We're going to see. I'm going to tell a quick story, and I want to see. Everybody, y'all drop. There, look at it. The first one to pop up. Capricorn, baby. Let's go, Sacred Canvas. Yes.
Y'all emojis ain't as sexy as us. Y'all emojis.
Jerseys. Look.
I respect it. Whatever that little cute little thing was.
She said cute. She said whatever that cute little thing is.
Listen, I have a book coming out, Nikki. It's co-authored with Les Brown and Johnny Wimbry and Heather Monahan. And yep. It's coming out.
Name drops here.
I gotta throw something out. I gotta throw.
Love us humble people. You're like, nothing major. Just got a book coming out.
Just a couple people.
I told you. I said that's how people be feeling when you talk. People are like, wait, what?
Listen. So Les was talking to me and telling me about when it comes to business overall, his focus has always been on. Actually, he was giving me the analogy of Warren Buffett, and he was saying that Warren Buffett buys a lot of businesses, and when he buys those businesses, he kind of stays away from it and lets the experts do their thing.
Yes.
Right, and he feels that too often in our own businesses, we're so focused on the control of it and every aspect I need to micromanage and do every single thing in it that we don't know everything. Like you said,
that's an insecurity though.
It is. And I wanted to bring that up because that hit me when I heard it. I was like, I never thought of it like that because I've never been that way. I don't know everything. So I want the experts to handle that stuff. But he told me that that's a big problem that I think he also said in our community that we tend to be that way where we're focused on, I'm going to micromanage everything because I know what I want and I know this and this and that. And then you end up steering the company in the wrong direction because you're focused on the wrong things. You're focused on the things
they have that complex of if it's not done by me, it's not done right.
Yes.
Exactly. But like Nikki said, you're not that great.
You're not that great.
But it's what I realized when it comes to that control thing, and I even had to deal with it from once again, I'm a Leo, so there's a control problem with me in the immature Leo days. You know what I mean? In the immature Leo days. But what I realized is that because if you don't have control, then maybe somebody else may be taking the credit, or you may not be useful, right? Or you may not be valuable because you're not necessarily doing it and somebody else is doing it, right? But it's really about positioning yourself to be the strategist instead of the worker, right? Like there's always somebody who probably, and shout out to everybody, you won't outwork me and da-da-da-da. Absolutely. But there is a level of mastery that you have, and in those things that you're not that masterful of, there's other people who are, right? Yeah. And so you allow them to be them. Like, let them rock out over there, right? And you just make sure it goes in the way that you see it, but you don't necessarily have to put your hands in it because you're not that dope, like I said earlier. Right? You're a master at here and you're average at here. Yep. Right? Yep. Because we told you earlier, yes, you have to know all levels of operation, understood, right? But you took that and was like, I got to do everything and control everything. When you have a secret weapon that you're not truly rocking with, and that's really hindering you from making an extra zero because you want to do it yourself. You know what I mean? Exactly. So it's really recognizing, and it takes a big person. And if you're not there yet, that's cool, right? But let the goal be that you can let go of that control a little bit. That you have that trust, because deep down, it's a lot of trust issues as well. There right? we go. But when you realize that you have somebody that either can have full-blown potential to be a master in it or already in a master in it, you'll give them the keys and go to what you're extremely dope at and continue to drive over there. Yeah. Because your whole thing is, I need to create impact and I need to make a bag. You can't do both by doing everything. This makes no sense. There we go. It just makes it, you're going to stop yourself, and that's stupid. There we go. There we go. And I see Papa Crenshaw and Earthy Empath. Papa Crenshaw said, micromanaging keeps a team from growing. Earthy Empath said, work smart, not hard.
And the reason why I'm calling out those two specific, oh, and thank you to Blair the trainer for also buying a badge. Much love, appreciate you. For sure. And the reason why I'm calling out those two specific comments is because that led me to the next part of the conversation that I had with Les Brown. By the way, the book is coming out in about another 2 weeks. It's called The Power of Mental Wealth. Yeah, I'll definitely look out for it. I'm really excited about it, and it's going to be awesome. And it's leading me into more books now that I'm going to write by myself as well.
Oh, you're an author.
I'm trying. Now, the other thing that he mentioned is that he interviewed a ton of some of the wealthiest people in the world in his lifetime, right? And he said that all of them said that they when you oh man, I'm misquoting him. When you use they became wealthy when they stopped using their hands and stopped using their minds. Something along those lines. And he was trying to say that when people think, oh, you can make money, I'm Jamaican. In the Caribbean community, they say you work harder, you're gonna get more money, right? And then Jamaicans have like 2 or 3 jobs, and then still broke. You can have 3 jobs and still working check to check, right? Because you're manual labor, working per hour, that type of stuff. But when you stop doing that and focus on making money from your mind, making money from thoughts and strategy that you have other people implement for you, that's when you can get to those levels of wealth, creating that type of wealth and riches and all of that. So I wanted to bring that up too and see what either of you think about that before we start to wrap it up, because my kids keep coming right here, you know, look. See, right here, tapping me.
We're gonna give your dad back. Go ahead, Britt. Go.
Britt, what you think?
So one thing I will say is first of all, for anyone that is if you take a DISC assessment, you're a high C. Anyone that's super detail oriented, it's not controlling, but if you're out there, you know who you are. If you're one of those that feels some type of way about if it's not done right, or if it's not done by me, it's not done right. It's not always necessarily because you think you're that great. Like, all jokes aside, it's also a very real part of it is that you need control over it because you just have this inner sense that everything's going to burn to the ground if you don't. I will tell all of those people out there, like myself, I started that way as well. You will never overcome it until you just try. And when you try and you push yourself off that ledge, you know, either by partnering with someone, like I partnered with Beez, and that's why we're so great, is because we match up and we fill the holes that each other has. If it's not through partnering with someone, just kick yourself off the ledge. And you really got to tell yourself, my biggest suggestion would be to start with things that you know aren't going to burn the business to the ground. Give those tasks that you know are high level tasks, not little bitty, you know, write an email. Give them high enough level that it puts you outside your comfort zone and tests your tolerance and your resilience, but also giving that power away a little bit at a time. Try that, and I promise that's how you'll get yourself to it, and you will never get yourself to it if you don't try it. But what you'll learn and what you'll realize is that you will see and feel a very real shift. When you do overcome that and you do allow yourself to offload some of that, that's where you have that real magic. Like Nikki said, you have to be able to drop back and have that time to be able to meditate on things, be able to, you know, think things over. And another very real part of having staff, or even at the CEO, COO level, people get in their own mind and you get used to doing things a very certain way, whether or not you know it. You may be an open-minded person, but you're just used to doing things a certain way. So having that other person or those other people to bounce ideas back and forth off of that's a game changer. Like, point blank, period. That is literally what will take you to all of the next levels, is being able to bounce it back and forth with someone else, whether it's your team, whether it's CEO, COO type situation, whomever you find, being able to present the ideas that you have, that you come up with in the morning when you're taking your time to meditate. Shoot, when you sit in there researching things while you're sitting on the toilet, whatever it is that you're doing, when you take those moments, you have to then be able to take that and throw it at someone. You know, you got to have someone coming from a different perspective. And I think it was Bill Nye. Oh, don't judge me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it was Bill Nye that said, no matter what, there's always someone out there that will know more than you. In any given space, in any given subject. I don't care how long you've been doing it. I don't care how much of a bag you've made off of it. There is always someone that will know more and that can offer a different perspective. So that's the best thing I can give for anyone out there, especially anyone that's super detailed or high C, high S. If you're just used to doing things a certain way, just push yourself.
I want to hire those people. Those people who know more than me. For real, let's go.
For sure.
All right. So, Nikki, what about you? Anything, last thing you want to say regarding that?
So, for me, and I work with a lot of creators, and I realize when it comes to like that manual versus thinking kind of situation, the people who are on a manual is because they saw some type of results being manual, right? And so they almost get comfortable with the results, right? And not really see past that. Like, yo, by me doing it all by myself, I'm making 5 figures. I'm making 6 figures. I'm not sure what y'all talking about, but me, myself, and I have been making this amount. And you may be okay with that. Who am I to say, please go make 8 figures? Who am I to say, let me say, I skipped one. Who am I to say make 7 figures, right? Who am I to tell you that you may be comfortable, right? So this message may not be for you if you are a team of one and you're creating results and you're kind of listening to this and being like, yo, I could be drained, but like my bills are paid and I'm straight. Cool. That's for the very comfortable average people. No doubt. We need them. Okay? Because it leaves room for the people who want to dream higher. And if you want to dream higher, you have to have that team. You have to delegate. You have to start thinking more than working. You have to duplicate yourself. Right? So there's people who understand it and there's people who don't. Right? And like I said, who am I to tell you either or? But normally the people who are struggling as far as getting in that space of more of the thinking, right? The people who are struggling that is because they actually do want to get higher and they don't know how. The people who aren't even thinking about that, of needing a team or anything, they're good where they at. You know, and I'm not going to fight them. Like, when you're ready, you're ready. You'll be ready to receive this information at that time. We may have to come back live and tell you all about it again in a couple of months or a couple of weeks when you're ready, right? But it's all about transitioning your mind to how can I think more? How can I come up with ideas more? Do I have a notebook that is all of my stuff? And how am I going to implement that in the quarter, in the season, in this year? Like, how am I going to do that? Because that's going to create more of the impact, more of the bag, more of the things more of the legacy that I need. And that's only received by certain people.
I love it. I love it. Listen, I'm gonna leave everybody with one thing too, because Nikki just inspired me to remember something. You know, 9 to 5 millionaire, right?
Oh, yeah.
So here's a perfect example. I tell everybody, because I had some people get on me saying that why are you saying the only way I can make money is if I'm an entrepreneur? Blah, blah, blah. That's not true. There's 3 financial vehicles for creating wealth in this country. Building a business is one of them. That's my favorite one. I love being in there. But there's others. Real estate and the financial markets, stocks and Forex and such. You could make money. You could create riches from the other 2 and not build a business and it's keeping your 9 to 5, like 9 to 5 millionaire did, right? He remained a cop. He got into real estate and made a lot of money from that, right? However, only one of them is going to give you a different type of wealth, and that's time wealth, which I consider freedom, right? Because as long as you're working for someone else, you're not going to get that freedom that I value so much. I value more than just the financial wealth, right? So I just wanted to say that because yes, you can make money, and it's up to you. You don't want to follow this path, and this conversation is not for you about hiring employees and building out your team so that you could, scale your business to the next level. Sure, you could go and make money just investing in just do options, just trade some options, right? Go learn it and do it on your own. Do scalping method where you're only going in for 15 minutes of the day, and hopefully you could make, maybe you could make $1,000 a day potentially doing it. But if you also want that time freedom, and while you're doing your options, you're still working a 9 to 5, just know that building your business, being an entrepreneur, that's one of the best ways to do so. Maybe the only way to do so.
Well, wait. Sorry. I gotta interject because Nikki is like one of the core critical people that inspired me a good ways back just to come out of my shell, because everybody that knows me knows I hate public speaking. I like this a few months ago. I still get bubble guts when he's like, "Oh, you're gonna go on live." But Nikki is one of those people that inspire. I think I wrote you a DM a long time ago. I think that was one of the first DMs I ever wrote you, was saying like, I appreciated it because she was able to like push me out of my shell. Same as Beez. But one thing, go ahead. One thing I have to say, I have to speak to those people that are like me. Yes, that's fine. See, forgive me. The people that are like me. You said people, Nikki was talking about how people are comfortable. And who are you to say not to be comfortable at XYZ point? I'm here to say I don't believe that you're comfortable. Every person that says they're comfortable, I don't believe it. I don't believe anyone that is grinding by themselves without a team, anyone that's at this level, I don't believe you. I don't believe you're comfortable. I don't believe you're, grinding all day, every day. You might be comfortable at a dollar figure, maybe. However, I feel everyone at their core wants some level of freedom. And, the bag is the way to that freedom for most people, that time, wealth, like that's super important to me. I don't believe those people are comfortable. I think they're convincing themselves. They're telling themselves they're comfortable because they're not trying to come out of that shell. It's their way of building that wall. And by saying I'm comfortable, it's like, who are you convincing, us or you? Yeah. And I felt like that's really where I truly was I was in that space of like, no, I'm good. I'm good with this. Like, I'm good. I don't need to do all that. I don't need to be at that level. But no, I don't believe you. So I'll challenge every single person watching this that says I'm comfortable. I don't believe you.
Brit throwing bricks right now. She just throwing them like, oh, that's why I just put that.
Yeah, I'll welcome anybody to come to me. DM me, hit me up, convince me, but I don't believe you.
Oh, Nikki got cut off too.
Uh-oh.
Well, we wrapping it up right now. Anyway, Nikki, if you're still there, if you are hearing this, thank you so much for coming on with us today.
I love you, Nikki.
Britt, thank you. Oh, there she go. I'm gonna bring you on just to say goodbye really quick. Hold up, I get it back. Wait, it says removed from live, but she's already not in the live. Oh, hold up. There we go. Let me just get her back in just so we can say bye. Both of you, Britt, Nikki, Goddess Orisha, who is on the flight right now.
I got cut off because I was trying to buy a badge before the live went.
Oh man.
True that. Oh, first of all, I got to thank again everybody. I know I missed a couple of y'all as we were speaking. I am Granny T, one of the most recent one, the hood dermatologist. Let's go. All right, the hood dermatologist. Thank you so much for your.
I love that.
Appreciate you, Kim Nicholson 10. Thank you so much, Blair the trainer, Dance Queen Duster, Lady Ash, AJ the CEO. And I think I'm caught up. I am Infinite Abundance. Thank you all so much for buying badges to help support our November to Remember that is coming up. This is Nikki's. Thank you so much for your badge. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your beautiful soul, your energy, your knowledge, your willingness to share everything. Thank you so much. It's been an amazing discussion. I love it. I think the only person that I enjoy maybe slightly more debate, and it's because we debate, is Maddie J. Me and Maddie we do a purposeful debate with each other because we agree on a lot of things, but we on purpose figure out things that we may not agree with to like debate back and forth, and it's always a very educational debate and stuff. That's probably the only slightest bit more personality.
Nah. I'm hashtag Team Nikki. Sorry.
I couldn't do that. I'm too Leo for that. I'm too Leo for that. That is not that. Don't debate me.
Don't debate.
Don't debate me. Yeah. It would be almost like full blown war.
There we go.
Don't do it.
I stay in my lane. I keep it moving. Like I know that too many people could out talk me when it comes to my lane. I can't do it now. I bow down to other conversations and I add my 2-piece and I fall back in the back. But I can't do that.
Don't debate you.
And I'm Puerto Rican. It's not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Don't debate. Do you play spades?
No.
No?
That's the black side I didn't get.
Oh. True. Well, hey, much love, ladies. I enjoyed being the only man on the panel tonight. It's great to have such beautiful, such amazing people, such intelligent people. But y'all don't know, Britt, my COO, is also a neuroscientist. Like for real. She's actually a neuroscientist. And I just took her out of all of that. So I'm surrounded by beauty and intelligence and all types of stuff. So I appreciate you all, ladies, and thank you so much. Have a great night. Everybody in the audience, have a great night. Make sure whatever you do, make sure you do something and execute. Have a great week, everybody. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
All right.